but we can together innovate the manner in which we govern ourselves here on a local level. And the reason we have to do it is because some of us, again, not many of you, but some of us are old enough to remember when the state of New York was considered the most exciting, dynamic, forward-looking, hip, great place to live. And we've ceded that now to other states. And the reason is because it's too expensive to do business here in New York. It's too expensive to do business because property taxes are too high. Property taxes are too high because government costs too much. So we have to change that. And by the way, what I just said, we all know. And you know what the truth is? We've all known it for years. And shame on us if we don't do something about it, if we go to our graves and pass this system on to get another generation without changing it. Because I've got a theory. I've got a theory that when we meet our Creator, in addition to the other questions that he or she asks, there's going to be one extra question for us. That divine entity is going to turn to us and say, no, wait a minute. You were an American. You were a New Yorker. You were a Western New Yorker. You were free. What did you do with that freedom? Did you use it to make other people free? And unfortunately, right now, I think all of us, not just our public servants, but all of us as citizens who are part of this system, we can't answer that question in the affirmative. And so all I'm asking here with due respect, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, Mr. Mayor, is that we make those changes. So that story with which I began tonight, that story which to me is a humane story, it's a heroic story, it's a fragile, tragic, resilient, redemptive, ultimately triumphant story. It's the Western New York story. We've got to make that change now so that once again we can tell that story to ourselves, our children, our nation, and the world. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we answer any questions?
Sure.
Kevin, thanks for coming. I admire you for what you're doing. I want to say that I'm a person that hasn't left. I'm a lifelong Village resident. Grew up here in the Village, went to Hamburg schools, and I now feel very fortunate I'm able to raise my 3 kids in the Village. The thing that bothers me about this situation is that I'm faced with the real reality that all 3 of my kids will someday leave. My daughter just graduated from college, and she's living in New York City right now. I have 2 more boys, and I'm fearful that the same thing will happen with them. I know the town board. I know at least 4 of the 5 of you personally, and I know you're hard workers. I know you're good public servants. But I have to agree with Kevin that we need to do something. I don't know if it's consolidation. I don't know if it's just eliminating 2 board members, but we need to do something. And this small village isn't going to make a difference for the whole community, but I'm asking you to have the courage to take that first step. And I think everybody in this room would respect you for at least having the courage to change. Thank you.